Have you ever felt that someone's words or actions ruin your full day? Perhaps a rude comment, a careless gesture, or even just an unexpected setback. It's frustrating, isn't it? But here is the truth. No one has the power to control your emotions unless you allow it. What if you could remain calm and unshakable, no matter what life or anyone else gives you? Imagine walking through your day with a sense of peace so strong that not even the most annoying situations could shake you. This is not just positive thinking, it is emotional mastery. In this episode, we will explore 10 transformative lessons that will help you stop reacting impulsively, release anger, and recover control over your emotions. These lessons are not about ignoring your feelings or pretending to care. They're about building mental strength to navigate the challenges of life with grace and clarity. Imagine, you're in the middle of a quiet day, maybe having coffee or walking around the park when someone says something rude or disregarded. His calm disappears, replaced by anger or frustration. You think, why did they spoil my day? But here is the truth. They didn't do it. You did. Your emotions are your responsibility, not theirs or anyone else. Picture this. You're in the middle of a peaceful day, maybe sipping coffee or walking through the park, when suddenly someone says something rude or inconsiderate. Your calm vanishes, replaced by anger or frustration. You think, why did they ruin my day? But here's the truth. They didn't. You did. Your emotions are your responsiveness, not theirs, not anyone else's. No one has the power to control how you feel unless you hand that power to them. Imagine yourself in a situation where you expect the people around you to follow the same rules and standards you have established in your life. However, you constantly come across scenarios where these expectations are not met. This reality shock can be frustrating and lead to feelings of disappointment and irritation. But here is the truth. Each person is unique, with experiences, beliefs, and priorities that shape their way of acting and thinking. Expecting others to act exactly as you are like trying to control the climate. It's impossible and only leads to frustration. Each individual is walking their own way, guided by their own experiences and values. When someone does something that bothers you, it is often not a reflection on you, but about themselves. Instead of trying to change or control the behavior of others, focus on accepting them as they are. Imagine the situation you see in a heated debate, in which each part is determined to prove your point of view. As the conversation heats up, you feel a strong urgency to affirm your opinion, to show that it is correct and that the other person is wrong. We all go through this kind of situation, grabbing our version of truth as if it were a lounge in the high seas. However, this constant need to always be right is exhaustive and unnecessary. The impulse of overcoming each discussion or proving your perspective often stems from insecurity. It seems that being wrong threatens our value or identity. But what if you could give up this need completely? What if you could approach the disagreements with curiosity instead of defensiveness? A powerful reflection to have is, do you prefer to be right or do you prefer to be at peace? Often, our insistence on being right creates tensions, damages relationships, and feeds our frustration. On the other hand, giving up the need to prove your point allows you to preserve your inner peace and face conflicts with understanding. Imagine that you are following your daily routine, focused on your tasks and responsibilities. When someone close to you begins to dump your frustrations and problems without considering your emotional or physical availability to help, it is as if they demand more of your time and energy than you can offer at the moment. You feel the weight of the obligation, but also the frustration of knowing that this will disturb your plans. Why is it so hard to say no in these situations? Here is the truth. Protecting your inner peace requires establishing healthy limits. Limits are not selfish, are necessary. Without them, you allow others to say your time, energy, and emotional well-being. Say yes to everyone often means saying no to yourself. A powerful reminder comes to mind. You can't spill from an empty glass. If you're constantly giving yourself without protecting your energy, you will soon feel exhausted, resentful, and disconnected that of your own needs. Limits are like barriers that protect your emotional freedom while maintaining healthy relationships. Imagine the following situation. A friend calls her agitated day, asking for help with something he probably could solve alone, or perhaps a colleague assigns a last-hour task that you say. You feel the weight of the obligation, but also the frustration of knowing that this will interfere with your plans instead of being resentful. You kindly express your needs. I like to help, but I need to reserve the nights to recharge. Imagine yourself in a situation where someone's words cut deeply, reaching ancient emotional wounds and arousing feelings of inadequacy. You feel that the confidence you had built is shaken and the security itself is temporarily lost. However, here is the truth. The value you have is not determined by the opinion of others. Their qualities, skills, and essence are intrinsic, regardless of what others can say or think. When you allow the words of others to define your own value, you deliver control of yourself, esteem, to the hands of third parties. True emotional freedom arises when you resume this power and recognize that genuine validation comes from the inside out. By separating your value from others' opinions, you strengthen your inner peace and remain true to your authenticity. Imagine yourself in a heated discussion with someone who has divergent opinions of yours. While the debate heats up, painful words are uttered and you feel the anger bubbling inside you. Your heart shoots, your breathing gets heavy, and you realize the instinctive desire to retract with a sharp comment. But what if, instead of reacting impulsively, you chose to remain silent? Silence is one of the most powerful weapons you have when dealing with the negativity of others. It is not a matter of surrendering or avoiding conflict. It is about choosing calm about chaos. Responding with silence does not mean weakness. It means that you are strong enough to value your peace above the need to retaliate. There is wisdom in this. The less you respond to negativity, the more peaceful your life becomes. Silence speaks volumes. I say, I will not allow your behavior to control me. By choosing not to engage, you stop the negativity cycle and preserve your emotional well-being. Imagine yourself in a moment of deep gratitude, where every short event of the day becomes a reason to celebrate. You may have been caught in the middle of a turbulent day with an endless list of tasks and responsibilities. Suddenly, something simple like the sun shining through the window or the warm smile of a stranger on the street captures his attention. Instead of getting carried away by stress and haste, you decide to stop for a short time to enjoy these little gifts that life offers you. Gratitude has the transforming power to dispel anger and frustration, as it reminds us of the blessings surrounding our daily journey. By practicing gratitude, even in the most challenging moments, you make room for positivity and strengthen your emotional resilience. Imagine yourself in a situation where you recently shared your ideas and work with enthusiasm, just to receive rigorous and negative reviews in return. Your suggestions are contested, your effort is overwhelmed, and you feel discouraged. Instead of being carried away by defensiveness or discouragement, try to look at criticism as an opportunity for growth. Seeing criticism not as a personal attack, but as a chance of improvement can totally change your perspective. Instead of focusing on rough words and derogatory tone, seek to identify valid points that can help you improve your work. Remember, constructive criticism have the power to boost professional and personal development. So the next time you come across adverse comments, take a deep breath, critically evaluate the observations received, and use them to strengthen your journey of learning and evolution. Imagine yourself holding a deep hurt, like a coal, determined to throw it into someone who caused him pain. While waiting for the right moment, the coal continues to burn his hand. Anger, resentment, and hurts work the same way. They hurt you much more than the person who caused your pain. True strength is not clinging, but in letting go. Letting go does not mean forgetting or agreeing with what happened. It means releasing the emotional weight that drags it down, freeing itself from past control. When you let go, you recover your energy, your peace, and your ability to focus on the present. Real emotional freedom comes when you take this power back and recognize that genuine validation comes from the inside out. By separating your value from others' opinions, you strengthen your inner peace and remain true to your authenticity. You have a beautiful home, If you want to find out even more secrets to living free from emotional strings and having full control over your mood, let's start this journey together now. Always remember, be kind to yourself and others along this path towards emotional mastery.